Happy Thursday! It's Awesome Sauce Day! Woo! I love Tomato Thursdays. Hey everybody, I'm Lauren, otherwise known as Mrs. Tomato Head, or Tomato Temptress Extraordinaire, as my shirt from Inspired Garden Life says today. You say tomato, I say let's catch up. I don't think I've worn this one in a while. Hi everybody, if it's your first time watching, welcome. I think there are some new viewers today. I'm talking about the very first tomato I'm going to be talking about today. May not be new to some of you. I know it's not new to some of you, but it's a very special tomato. It's a family, I don't want to say a family heirloom, but I don't want to say too much without giving it away. But it's got a great story behind it. I promise I will make it the first tomato I'm talking about for those of you watching just to hear about this tomato, because I know there are many of you. Hi, Lori, and everybody from the group and any of Lori's friends. I can't wait to share about this tomato with you guys. I've got some other great tomatoes to talk to you about also today. Some really great stories, like 2 or 3 really great stories today, which is really what I love. I love talking all tomatoes. I've also got one I'm talking about that has like virtually no information about it. And while I enjoy those, I really, really, really love the ones with the great stories. I love, love, love bringing attention to these tomatoes, hopefully growing them, hopefully sharing seeds, getting them out into circulation, or doing my part to keep things in circulation. That's what I love. That's kind of what my jam is. And so this show, for those of you watching for the first time, is devoted to me talking about a variety of tomatoes, sharing stories, sharing photos, possibly where you can purchase them with anything. If you're not a member of my community, join Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We're far more than a swap group. That's a very small part of what we do. We're about education and kind of what I just said. You know, my goal in keeping things into circulation isn't unique to just me. This is kind of the whole mission of the group. We are a kind, gentle, drama-free place where we can escape life for a while and be passionate about tomatoes, which is what we love. So I run it with Jen Joy and Kina Tonerud. If you're not a member, please join. Even if you hate Facebook, you will love our community. It's a lot of fun. If you're even just a little bit interested in tomatoes, join our community or watch my show or both. And by the end of it, I promise you, you'll be like a true blue tomato head. If it's your first time watching, or if it's not your first time watching, we have some prizes to give away at the end of the episode. Misty Carter, thank you for donating once again for the prizes. Misty's giving some seeds away. I'm giving some seeds away. All you have to do in order to win is type in #tomato. There it is, just in the comments. You only need to do it once. And then at the end of the episode, which I'll be honest, usually runs about 2 hours. How can someone talk about 2 hours or talk about tomatoes for 2 hours? I don't know, but we do. And I like to bring everybody into the show, which is what makes it go a little bit long. So without further ado, let's see who we've got here today. We've got Sherman here. Hey, Sherman, are you in your new digs yet? You were en route last time I heard. Nice to see you still here first from 5 hours ago. Sasha was from 2 hours ago. Hi, Sasha. Pam was from 2 hours ago. Mayor from afar. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm a bit of a mess today. I'll talk about it in a minute. I'm going to lose it. Some of you know. But I wanted to do this today because I need something bright and fun, and that's what you guys bring to me. Hi, Nicole. Nicole knows exactly the first tomato I'm talking about today, right, Nicole? Hi, Leslie. And Teresa's here. Hey, Teresa. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've got 69 live viewers right now, which is always very cool. Hi, Linda. Thanks for being here. And we've got Drew. Hey, Drew. And hey, Jen, my partner in crime. Jen and I also host Tomato Talk Live on the first Friday of the month, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jen says, listening while I uppot all my Livingston varieties. I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. I'm not sure I knew you were growing a lot of Livingstons this year. That is super cool. Speaking of Jen, and Drew kind of made me think of it too, we are 2 weeks and 1 day away from our meetup in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, where we will be swapping plants and seedlings and some other things. I know many of you are coming. If you're even considering coming, come. I've got a lot of plants I'm bringing. I know Jen is too. We actually have a chat in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap for those who are coming or even considering coming. And people are already like, hey, does anybody have a boathouse tomato? I can swap with you. It's really great. So if you're not a member of that chat, private message me at the end of the show and I'll put you on there. It's become very useful. We've never done the chat before. So why Carlisle, Pennsylvania? It's halfway between me in New Jersey and Jen in West Virginia. We meet there. We're at Latort Park, and it's a really great place. It's a large pavilion. I think we're going to need to get larger in the future. Oh, you okay, baby? Oh, honey, you okay? I think she's okay. So the reason why I'm a mess is we're putting Rory down tomorrow. Our sweet little friend. I'll get to that in a minute, but she was like hacking something which isn't typical of her. We're going to miss her a lot. So anyway, we've got a food truck coming. We're going to have a blast. Jen and I will be doing our May Tomato Talk Live from there, at least briefly. We don't get great service there. But we like to come because we know, there's so many of you from all over the world who it's virtually impossible. I mean, not virtually impossible, but we know you can't make Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And we want to share the fun with all of you, near and far. No reason why the fun is just compacted with those who can come. So we will be doing a live show of some sort there. And we're really looking forward to it. Please, if you are coming, hopefully plan on buying from the food truck. We have $1,000 minimum or we have to make it up. So they've got like burgers, chicken, things like that. For vegans like me, there's a couple options. I'm talking to them about it. Hopefully something more than French fries. So I'm so excited. I can't believe I was thinking it's 3 weeks from tomorrow, but no, it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. So it's Friday, May 8th. We're going to be going from 12 to 6. If you need help with hotels or anything like that, join our chat. People are already talking about that stuff. All right, so there's Jen. Who else do we have? Mariah's here. Hello. And Sathya, thank you guys for tuning in today. Hi, Barbara. And Kim. Oh, Kim, we're going to miss you and your little familia in Carlisle. Kim has come past couple years with her husband and sweet little boys, but Kim is very, very pregnant. And won't be able to join us, but hopefully in the fall when we do our tomato tasting. That date, for those of you that want to mark it on your calendar now, is August 8th, same place, Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And I've had some feedback about people saying it's on a Friday. If it was on a weekend, possibly they could come. So Jen and I will discuss. We could possibly look forward to, in the future doing a weekend day. We've had good luck with Fridays, but perhaps we'd have better luck with Saturdays. I'm not sure if the pavilion may be more money, but we'll look into it. We will look into it. We just want everybody to come. And by the way, if you want to come but don't have a single plant to share, please still come. The important thing is that you come, even if you're having a really bad luck with your seedlings. Like this. I mean, this isn't bad luck. This is a good one. But if you're having bad luck, come. We'll load you up. Last year we had somebody come in, not part of our of the tomato world. He was just at the park, and he's a tomato grower, and we loaded him up with plants. We're super excited to do so. He joined our group. He stopped by in the fall again. So please don't feel like you need to come with stuff in order to get stuff. Not the case at all. honestly, it's so much about the meet and greet aspect of it too, just meeting everybody in person. So we just want you there. All right, who else do we have? Mike's here. Hi, Mike from Iowa. Happy Thursday to you. And Rowena's here. Hi, Rowena. And Christy. And we've got Sherva. Hi there, friends. Nice to see your faces here today. I really needed this. Hi, blah, blah. And Rach just Rach made it on time. Hello, TLC friends. Hey, Jerry. I saw you had germination on something, Jerry. That's exciting. Hi, Denise. Happy Tomato Day. Everyone have their paper and pens ready. Yes, so for those of you that haven't watched before, grab yourself a notebook and a pen because chances are you're going to find 1 or 2 or 15 things that perhaps you'd like to ask for. Oh, I started mentioning this and I got sidetracked. Surprise, surprise. In Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, every Saturday we have Seed Seeking Saturday where you can put up to 5 varieties that you are looking for. So I see on Friday or Saturdays rather after my Thursday show, a lot of the varieties I'm talking about that may not be easy to find or purchase or whatever, you can seek it in Seed Seeking Saturday and you'll be shocked at how many people come out of the woodwork and may have these varieties you're looking for. There's a few things that are going to be that I'm talking about today that will be difficult to find right now. Seed Seeking Saturday, it's a great thing, but you've got to be a member of the group to belong. So please join us. All right, who else do we have? Hey, Ken. I missed Ken's show this week. It's been a rough week. My mom was also in the hospital over the weekend. She and my dad were on a 2-week European cruise, Portugal, Spain, Gibraltar, and they were only a week in, and my mom she almost fainted, and she was feeling like throbbing in her neck. So they cut the trip short and flew back Saturday night. Sunday, she was in the hospital Sunday, Monday. We thought she had a stroke. Thank God she did not have a stroke. She's been diagnosed with atrial fibrillation, which can lead to a stroke and runs in the family. Her mother had a stroke, and I guess her side of the family, atrial fibrillation is common. So she's on medication to manage it now. She's home. Needs to, she's got a good cardiologist and just trying to figure out the meds and some lifestyle changes and all of that. So it's been a bit of a rough week around here, which is why I canceled my garden tour, tomato tour Wednesday yesterday. I knew I wanted to still do the Thursday show, but it's just been, trying to spend as much time with Rory the Wonder Cat and just kind of emotionally, it's been a lot. So, but I'm happy to be here with you all today. Hi, Akelia. Did anyone else spend their morning looking if they had the correct regular potato leaf on their plants, or was it just me? I was telling somebody else today, 2026 seems to be the year of what leaf type do you have? Although it happened last year also with Hazel Creek. Some were getting regular leaf, some were getting potato leaf. This year it's a lot of Angwe varieties, potato leaf, regular leaf. There's some Joe Raris varieties. St. Patrick's Day, I've started about 15 of them. I've gotten definitely 1, maybe 2 regular leaf. The rest are potato leaf. I love potato leaf. He says they're supposed to be regular leaf. He was very apologetic. I'm like, don't apologize to me. I love potato leaf, so I'm going to grow 1 of each. But I've spoken to many of you, and you're getting potato leaf also. So what will you get? Will you still get St. Patrick's Day in a potato leaf version? I don't know, but those are just a couple examples. It seems to be happening all over the place. And by the way, our trivia question today has something to do with potato leaf versus regular leaf. Just a little bit of a spoiler alert. Not going to tell you the question yet, though. Hi, Crystal. Thanks for being here. And Kelly's here. Hello. Scano Angwe, glad you're here. And Jessica, happy Thursday. Just came in from inspecting the garden on my lunch break. Glad you're here, Jessica. Hi, Catherine. Thank you, Susan. Yes, if everybody can hit the like button, that would be groovy. It does help me out a lot. You know how, for those of you that watch me every week, like 3-4 weeks ago, all of a sudden my channel started exploding. Like I doubled it. I went to started like 2,000. I reached the milestone of 2,000 followers. Next thing I know, I'm like doubling it. It was like over 4,000, and now it's like at a standstill. So I don't know what happened. I'm glad it did. I don't seem to be getting more likes or more views or anything. So I don't know if these are robots or what. I don't know. But for those of you that are new to the channel and subscribed, thank you for subscribing. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's because we thought maybe it's because the super chats where you can donate money were getting active, and perhaps, well, we obviously know YouTube gets a cut of that, so perhaps they were excited. I don't know. I don't try to figure it out. I'm like the worst YouTuber ever. Like, I really just like doing my show, you know, and I want to reach more people, but I want to reach people that want to watch me, you know, and I think that's a pretty small percentage of people who are, you know, at this level of tomato headdom. Thank you, Crystal. Glad you like my shirt. I love you too, Jen. Nice to see you. Larissa, thank you again for the happy couple of hours. You're very welcome. I needed it too, obviously, as I said. Hi, Anne and Irene. Hello. Hey, James. Greetings from Washington State. Congrats on your increased viewers. Thank you. Thank you. Happy to see you too, Mel and Lisa and Tiffany and Labby Angel 4497. Good afternoon to you. Samantha's here. Hey, Jess. Watching while working, but hoping to switch to uppotting tomatoes partway through. It's, you know, I really like doing the show when it's a yucky, rainy day out. It's like in the low 70s and sunny today. So I should be uppotting myself, but I really need, emotionally, I need you guys. I need this show. You know, and plus if I'm inside, I can be by Rory the Wonder Cat, which is exactly where I want to be. Hello from the UK. Love this group. Hi, Jules. Nice to see you. People are putting in hashtag tomato. If you're just joining us, make sure you type in hashtag tomato. Misty Carter is giving away some prizes. I'm giving away some prizes. You only need to type it in once, and we'll do the drawings at the end of the show. Hi, Tara Dove. Happy Tomato Thursday, Lauren and everyone. Jen announced, I think, in Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap, and Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, but she is not doing her gardening show tomorrow. I think she's going to visit her daughter Jade. Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she decided to not do her show. So for any of you looking for Jen's show, she will not be doing it tomorrow. Jen, maybe you can put in the chat when you're doing it next. Wah, wah. That's too bad, but family first. Family and cats first, right? Learning about tomatoes is fun, says Crystal. I agree. Hi, Terry. Glad you're here. And hello from Bavaria. And hello from finally less chilly Canada. Oh, you guys have had a rough time of it. I mean, I know Canada's a very, very large place, but I know I have a lot of Canadian friends, and I've been hearing. Thought we were canceled for today. Nope. Nope, I canceled my tomato tour Wednesday yesterday, but nope, never intended on canceling today. I think I considered it, but I'm not sure I told anybody. I think I told Jen and Kina this morning I had been considering it, but I don't think I told anybody I was considering it. And I really didn't think of it seriously. I knew I would cancel yesterday, but I needed today. Thanks, Tiffany. Thank you, Akeelia. Let me show you guys my baby. She's right here. There she is. This is Rory the Wonder Cat. She has lymphoma. We thought, for those of you that follow me every week or have for a while, she got diagnosed back in November. We thought she had the weekend. Thanks to prednisone, thank you, prednisone, we've actually got to enjoy some extra months with her. Doesn't make this any easier. But boy, has she been, as if she wasn't spoiled enough, she was really, really spoiled these last couple months. So I'm super grateful for these last months. And I know I've given to just a few of you One of my crosses is called Rory's Mojo that I named after Rory. Achille is growing it. Jen and Keena are growing it, I know. Linda, I believe, is growing it. Angwei is growing it. So that'll be more special. Thank you guys for bearing with me these last couple months. I'm sure most of you can relate to losing a pet. I know a lot of people don't think as cats as important as dogs. I completely disagree. She's been such a light of our lives. She did get to celebrate her 9th birthday a couple weeks ago, but boy, is she going to be missed. She is really going to be missed. But we have another thing I'm grateful for is there's an organization called Lap of Love. They'll come out to your home, and that comes to your home, and they gently put her to sleep. I'm so glad because she hates the carrier and she hates the car. And it would kill me to have to put her through that stress and then have her go in a vet's office. So they'll be coming at 1:00 tomorrow. And it's so hard, I thought it's going to be so obvious when it's time. And it just wasn't obvious. And even last night she was a little perky, and Rob and I looked at each other and we're like, oh my God, what are we doing? But it's the prednisone. We were giving her prednisone twice a day now, and we decided we would do that to make her more comfortable until this day came. I booked it last Friday. We'd said we'd have another week. It is time. It is time. But it's rough. Thank you guys for bearing with me. But again, I'm sure all of you can relate. We are going to miss that little girl. Right, Warzy? My little faithful friend. Okay. Thank you, Achillia. Thank you, Sathia. Nicole, yes, you do know what tomato it is. I'm going to try to get to it soon because I know there's some people watching that really probably only want to hear about that tomato. I can see the heartbreak in my eyes. We're all sending you all the comfort that we can. My heart just aches for you. Thanks, buddy. Jen has been, and Keena have been so supportive through all of this. Hey, Tony. Hope everyone's having a great day. Great now that we're talking tomatoes, right? Hi, Anthony. Nice to see you. Thank you, Irene. I appreciate it. And Jerry and June. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your support very, very much. Hey, Alex. I think I'm showing a picture of yours today, Alex. I'm trying to think if I put it on the slide or not. I'm not sure I did, but I did save a picture. I'll tell you when we get there. We're going to have to see the first 2 tomatoes I'm talking about have relatively lengthy stories, and I have to be done with this like at 6:00 Eastern Standard Time because it's going to sound silly, but there's a shrimp burrito that Rory doesn't eat people food, but she loves this place in downtown. They have these shrimp burritos, and she just loves smelling them. So we're getting shrimp burritos tonight, so she can smell as her last meal. She wouldn't eat it. She doesn't care for people food at all. Thank you, everybody. Heather says, I'll be there in spirit from Southern California. Yay! Well, hopefully you can watch the live show. And if not, the live show will be recorded also. Thanks, blah, blah. And Dana, she will no longer struggle. Yes, thank God. Thank God. Drew, I've set aside space for unexpected tomatoes from friends in Carlisle. Hope to get a boathouse. Did you need a boathouse too? I don't think I wrote that down. I've already committed to giving out 2 of them. And I have 4 German. I only need 1. Maybe I did write it down. Drew, would you private message me? Maybe we did. I don't want to open up my whole spreadsheet and stuff now. But private message me because I can definitely give you a boathouse. I have 2 that are newly germinated, but in 2 weeks they'll be big. I know John Kramer's getting 1. Lisa's getting 1. Yeah, and you can have 1 too if you'd like. I'm forgetting if we already decided this or not. I guess we didn't, otherwise you wouldn't be saying something. Jess, sending love to you and your family. Rory's so lucky to have such wonderful guardians who are taking care of her and love her so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna break, so I'm gonna skip over, but I appreciate all the support that you guys are giving. August 8th is my birthday and a Saturday this year. Well, happy birthday, but am I wrong about the date? It should be a Friday. Huh. All right, I'm wrong. It's not August 8th, it's August 28th. I'm like, that's weird. It's definitely a Friday. It's May 8th, August 28th. So the tomato, I think I've been saying the correct date all along. My brain's a piece of mush. Thank you, Samantha, for bringing that to my attention. It's August 28th, which is a full month earlier than last year. Thank you all for your hugs. I appreciate it. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you. Hi, Deanna. Nice to see you. And XO Riva. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Deb. Who else do we have? You know, you're so right. Thank you for, hi, Evelyn. Nice to see you. Thank you, Achillia, to always reminds our group for Lauren's show. Achillia is so kind and generous, which comes as no surprise to any of you who've ever had dealings with her. But you're right. Every chat group that she's a member in, and it's not just my show, she does it with Ken's show, she does it with Jen's show. What a kind, selfless person Achillia is. Let's all give her a warm hug and a round of applause. It's just an honor knowing somebody like Achillia. It really is. Thank you, Achillia. It's, you know, we lifting each other up without any sense of jealousy or anything like that is what we're all supposed to be doing. And thankfully, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap is all about that. But unfortunately, that's not always the case in the world. And you meet somebody like Achillia and she reminds you what that is all about. Jeff, hey gang, chilling in the pool with a margarita. Nice, nice. Hey, Raspberry Crunch, thanks for tuning in. And Lisa's here. Just got back from Pennsylvania on a on a whirlwind seed shopping trip at Rohrer Seeds in Lancaster County. How did that go? How was it? Another Iowan here, says Oles Farm. Hello, everybody in Iowa. Your mom was on that cruise, like the same cruise? Or just that's not this exact cruise, right? Yeah, it was they've been looking forward to that cruise for a long time. It was on Norwegian. They used to travel a lot, my parents. They're 81 years old, both of them. And yeah, it was heartbreaking. I'm glad they came home to my mom get checked out here, but it was really stressful. You know, I know they're getting older, but you think they're just invincible. And, you know, the thought of losing them is, I'm going to be a pile of mush if I continue talking about that. Hi, Jennifer. Late, but I made it. Can't wait to hear about new varieties for my wish list. All right, I am going to, what an intense week for sure. Sending healing vibes to your mom. I'm going to skip and start talking tomatoes now. I'll get to more comments in a bit. But like I said, I do know there are some people watching for one particular tomato, and I'd like to do that first so they don't have to watch the rest of the 2 hours. Do I hope you watch the rest of the 2 hours? I do, because I think you'll find it fun. But I want to talk about this one first. Where's my slide? Oh, my slideshow's right in front of me. Oh, my baby, my precious baby. Okay. So this first one I'm going to talk about, and I know many of you have grown it, or some of you have grown it. I know Mary Rivas has grown it. It's called Dieter's Legacy. From Australia, originally. But it was brought here from a very special man named Dieter Lichtenberger, from Iowa, as it turns out, 30 years ago or something like that. And he grew it. And let me show you a picture of Dieter. Let me tell you about, what do I start first? it's an interesting story. Like, I'm supposed to be talking about this tomato today. Let's see if I can tell you this part first, and we'll see if it flows the segue in. Um, Somebody in TLC was looking for a variety that I was pretty sure I had. Now, I keep all my varieties in a spreadsheet. So it's very easy for me. It's all alphabetized and all that. It's very easy for me, if it's logged, to go in there and see if I have it or not. If it's logged, I have a drawer that Keenan and Jen know all about. There's a drawer in that room that is full of things I've received from trades, not so much recently, but over the years, especially older trades that I had done before I was, I don't know, like when I was a member of that other group and stuff. The drawer is full. And so I get to logging them once in a while. But there's a lot of things in there I have no idea about. So I could have sworn I had this one variety. It was Etoile. And so I'm looking through, and when I say it's like cards with things taped in it and loose packets here and there. Not ideal. Now when I log it as soon as it comes in the door, so I can put in who gave it to me and all of that. Sometimes I can tell from the seed packets. But anyway, so I was looking for the variety, going through everything, and then I came across the seed packet, Dieter's Legacy Project. And I don't remember getting it at all. Probably a couple of years old. And I'm like, what the heck is this? So then I started doing research and found this incredible story about Dieter Lichtenberger, who is pictured here on the left, from Iowa. And that is his granddaughter, Madeline, on the right. He, like I mentioned, he brought this tomato. He had been in Australia. He loved this tomato. He brought the seeds back to the United States and grew this tomato, just calling it my tomato. Never gave a name to it or anything. For 30 years, he provided other people with plants, tomatoes, and they are these large red, Lori, his daughter, who I've been talking to about this, has been, Lori McDowell is her name. She's been telling me she believes it's an ox heart. And I'm sure there's some of you out there. In fact, if you have grown it, please let us know in the comments if you've grown it, what you thought of it. So anyway, so I have this packet. I'm doing all this research. I'm like, how have I not grown this before? How have I not logged this before? And so in doing the research, I found Lori, his daughter, and she has a Facebook group, which I'll show you right here. It's called Dieter's Legacy Tomatoes. So sadly, her dad, Dieter, had passed away on Christmas Day of 2020. And he was so in love, passionate about his tomatoes that she wanted to carry on his legacy by sharing his tomato seeds. Let me tell you a little bit about what I've learned. He grew them every year until his passing in 2020. He died when he passed away of cancer. In fact, if you look, the van, which they called, what they call it, the love machine. Hang on. Oh, she had put it in a Facebook post today. Oh, did I not put that part? Oh, yeah, the love wagon. I'm sorry, the love wagon. If you look closely, he's wearing a mask. He's driving, and he's wearing a mask, which tells you it's 2020, right? She said they were all going to the doctors to find out treatment plans, and he wouldn't shut up about how he had to get home to put his tomatoes in. So she started this legacy project basically to shut him up and to keep him feeling passionate about tomatoes while he was undergoing this cancer treatment. Let me read you, I found his obituary. It says, Dieter Lichtenberger of Windsor Heights, Iowa, died peacefully at home December 25th, 2020, after a hard-fought battle with cancer. Every winter, Dieter would start his heirloom tomatoes from seed in Florida and drive the plants back to Iowa in a camper he bought in part so the tomato plants had enough room. That's a man after my own heart. That is, who else did that in the group? Tara took her tomatoes on vacation with her. I mean, that is passion for tomatoes. That is like you win. You win, Tara. You win, Dieter, for sure. His tomato legacy will live on as his family sent seeds all over the country this winter. This was from back in 2020. And then the obituary actually says, feel free to reach out if you would like to be a part of the tomato legacy by planting some seeds yourself. That's how much these seeds meant to Dieter. And then Lori started the group in, looks like February 2021. She posted that she was sending seeds out. February 2021, she started the Facebook group. Let me get you the link to the Facebook group. Because while the group will remain open, I've been talking back and forth with Lori now for the past week or two regarding this. And I told her that I would do my part to help share the seeds. And she was so relieved. She wants this project to be self-sustaining. So she's kind of putting it in my hands. And, you know, I offered, she didn't beg me at all. It's an honor to be able to do this, to share her father's legacy through this tomato. All right, here's the link to the Facebook group. Even if you don't have it, join. You know, people will be sharing seeds, and you can ask for it, of course, in our group, Seed Seeking Saturday. I know a few people in our group have grown it before. What else do we know about it? His favorite thing to do with them was to make BLTs. She also shared photos of a tomato feta salad, which you can see pictures of in the group. Let me show you what the group looks like again. Dieter's Legacy Tomatoes. It's got 146 members. Let me see if any of you have grown it. Adrian's growing it. Nice, nice. So for all of you who are growing, Ken Fry is growing it also from Forgotten Heirlooms. He shared that in the group. Many of you are members of the group already. I love tomatoes with story, so precious. Isn't it great? River Rock Farm says, I take my seeds on my work trips if they are tiny. What a great story. I know, right? I know. Great story, says Christy. Jerry says, I forgot all about Dieter's Legacy. I have seeds for this variety. It's wonderful. Now I regret not growing it this year. I know. So I swear, like, if it wasn't for looking for this one particular variety, I wouldn't have come across these seeds. I would have eventually, but not now. And now is the perfect time where I still had opportunity to start seeds and grow it. It is a late season variety, Lori says. So it would be probably too late if anybody were to start seeds now, she says. But she's going to send me whatever seeds she has left over, and I'll be obviously sharing seeds myself to keep this story alive. And so I ask of all of us, if we are growing Dieter's Legacy, we need to make a commitment to keep this story with it, keep Dieter's legacy alive. It's not just a tomato. To this man, it was everything other than his family. He cared so much that in his cancer treatments, he was telling his doctors he needed to get the tomatoes back to Iowa. So I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here because I know you guys care as much about the stories as I do. But that's what makes this tomato special. So for those of us growing it this year, let us make the commitment that whoever we share seeds to, perhaps we can include like a half sheet printout with the story on it so people don't look at it as just another variety named Dieter's Legacy, that we keep the story alive. And thank you, Lori, for entrusting me with this. I promise I will do my part, and believe me, anybody watching this show, I know they will do their part as well. Oh, Kina, good. I just had to look, and I also have seeds of Dieter's. Nice, nice. Jen, I was going to ask you, because I saw you're a member of the group, and I was going to ask you if you had grown it. I have seeds for this one. It's going on my 2027 grow list. Nice. Great backstory to Dieter's Legacy. Lori, I don't know if you're watching right now. I know you'll at least be watching the recording. So again, it's a great honor. And I think we've made the right connection. And I promise you that anybody who's watching this show will understand the importance of this tomato. And you have no fear, your dad's special variety that he got from Australia will live on. Love the story, says Vicky. I know, isn't it great? Nicole, I have, Nicole was trying to grow it. Her seeds didn't germinate. And so anybody coming to Carlisle, Nicole's getting one. I may have one extra seedling for anybody coming to Carlisle. Maybe more, but I will at least have one extra seedling. So for anybody interested, I don't know how to do this properly. There's going to be a lot of people interested, but we'll see. I forget how many I planted. I think I planted every seed I had because I wanted to be able to share seedlings. Yeah, Jen, I can give you one actually if you want to, if you have room for it this year. We'll see how many others pop up. But Nicole, I already promised Nicole one because she was trying desperately to get germination for this year. Wonder if I could get seeds of this in a week or two and grow in Iowa this season. Lori pretty much said no. She was going to send me all the seeds now, and I was going to distribute them for her now. And she said it's such a late season that she'd be afraid that it would just be a waste, that people wouldn't get have enough time to get the seeds. So that's her take on it. Oh, good, Jen. All right, excellent. That would be cool. Yeah, I had good germination. Oh, this is nice. She hit the jackpot with you, Lauren. Your passion is beyond amazing. It's very infectious. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I mean it. It's very sincere. Like when I saw this, I'm like, Dieter's Legacy Project seeds. What the heck is this? I need to look at this. And it, it didn't require much investigating until I happened upon Lori and the group and some other things and the obituary of her dear dad. Greg says, if I can get seeds, I'll guarantee it a spot in 2027. Just something for those growing it to keep in mind. Maybe in 2027, we can have a special grow out group for people to grow Dieter's Legacy, just like we're doing for Casino this year, so that we can get seeds widely into circulation. That would be awesome sauce. Akelia says, one of the reasons I started gardening was because of my mother-in-law who passed away from cancer too. Growing tomatoes was her favorite thing to grow too. Akelia, you're making crosses this year, right? I sense a tomato named after your grandmother, for sure. Did you put more seeds in soil, Nicole? Good. Hopefully I get germination and can share. That would be nice. Yes, River Rock, the Lauren tomato virus. not to be mistaken with tomato or tobacco virus or tomato, all the tomato viruses, the Lauren tomato virus. I think that's a good thing. I totally understand. My dad's last coherent conversation, hospice, with me was about this year's garden, Amish paste tomato. Dad, there are better tomatoes. Nope, we are growing Amish paste. Aw. I'm so ugly crying this show. Dad had cancer too. I'm so sorry. Tiffany says, I just told my husband yesterday that the me part of gardening is keeping rare varieties in circulation. That is so fulfilling to me. And I know, again, I'm preaching to the choir. I know you guys feel exactly the same way, or many of you do anyway. Growing out Ongwe's varieties last season, doing more this season. I'm doing a lot of old American varieties this year. And, well, you guys, I don't need to tell you guys about all the varieties I'm growing, but this one's a pure pleasure. This one is an honor. And boy, the timing of it couldn't have been more perfect. Andrea was just dropping seeds since I've got a late season here. What's one more? Well, you could try it. Again, I just go from what Lori McDowell had told me, and that she believes that it's probably too late for people to get. But, everybody's seasons are different. People have longer growing seasons. So let me give you guys once more the link to the group, Dieter's Legacy Tomatoes. And for those of us growing it, we can put updates in there. All right, I just put it in the comments again. Oh, I keep my grandpa's obituary in my seed bin. He would have loved all these new varieties I've gotten from this wonderful group. That's very, very sweet and special. I love it. Hey, Haley. Late to the party today, but I finally made it. You'll want to watch back. I just talked about this Dieter's Legacy, which is a very, very special variety that I have the honor of. Well, many of us are growing it. Lori is kind of passing the torch as far as sharing seeds onto me, but that's obviously, I don't want to be the only one, nor would I be the only one. Like I said, Mary Rivas grew it a few years ago. Other people in the group, I don't want to give other names because it's a private group and I don't want to do that, but there's been at least one or two posts. If you search in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, if you search Dieter's Legacy, you will see at least one other post featuring this variety. So thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. Just requested to join. Excellent. I hope to see a big uptick in the group. I think it'll make Lori feel really, really good. I know if it was my dad, first of all, I'd be crying, but second of all, that would mean a lot that people care enough to, something as small as a tomato was not small to Dieter. This was big. It was big enough to make him, to kind of give him, you know, the passion he needed to keep going and get those tomatoes back to Iowa from Florida during a bad time in his life. My goodness, such an emotional show. I know. My mom's in the hospital. My cat's going tomorrow. Beautiful story about Dieter's Legacy. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Please don't ask her for seeds. I don't believe she's giving any out at the moment. You can put it in Seed Seeking Saturday, but I don't want her to be inundated with seeds. I know she'll be passing some on to me, but she's moving to an apartment. I think she's done her part over the years in giving seeds out. I don't want to speak for her, but that's the impression I get. So I wouldn't ask her. Perhaps you can say something in the group, but I really wouldn't want her to be inundated. I probably should have asked her that first, but I don't think she's going to be giving individual seeds out at the moment. But Laura, if you're watching, please correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, Will. Thanks for being here. Hi, Roxanne. If you guys are just tuning in, #tomato. We'll be doing a live drawing at the end of the show of some seeds. Thank you, Misty Carter, for donating. And then I'm donating a couple prize packages myself. All right, moving on. You ready for another great story? It's not as good as this story. This one's an emotional story. But the other one is a very interesting, tomato story. Dieter's Legacy is a love story. And look, this is Lori's daughter, Madeline, with the Dieter's Legacy tomato there. I think she said she's like 32 now, so that goes back a long way. Little sweet thing. All right. The Mansfield Tree tomato. So the last couple of weeks, I've been showcasing a lot of varieties that come from Common Sense Seeds. They are in Canada. They had stopped shipping to the United States for a while, but they are back. They're back in action. But even if they weren't shipping to the United States, I still showcase their stuff. It's just they've got some new things in, and I've been speaking with the owner, Tanya, who's absolutely lovely. One of the things I love so much about their company is they keep stories alive. So I'm looking forward to giving Dieter's Legacy tomato to them so they can keep the story of the Dieter's tomato alive. Wait till you get a load of this one, you guys. Has anybody heard of or grown the Mansfield Tree tomato before? Did anybody order from, I think I'm showcasing 2 from Common Sense Seeds today. This one's got quite a story. Oh, are you growing this one, Jen? Nice, the Mansfield Tree tomato. People are saying congratulations, and I didn't see. My first grandbaby was born Tuesday, just to lighten the mood. Yay! Congratulations! What a blessing! That is such a blessing. Thank you for lighting up our show with that. That's wonderful. God willing, I'll have grandchildren someday, and I cannot wait. I've grown it. I've heard of it, but don't have it and haven't grown it. Peter, I'll get to your question in a minute. I want to get to this variety first. The Mansfield Tree tomato. There's no way I can talk about it without sharing the entire story, so buckle up. Get your cup of coffee or whatever you want to drink, your margarita, Jeff, and listen. According to Common Sense Seeds, do I have the link? I think I do. commonsenseseeds.ca. They are in Canada. Yeah, let me put the link. The last one we talked about last week was a really cool one called Yucatan, if you remember. And I know many of you ordered it. Okay, I just put their link in the comments. It's commonsenseseeds.ca. Do I have a banner? Yes, I do. commonsenseseeds.ca. Great people who really put their love of tomatoes first and forefront. Okay, it says this beautiful beefsteak tomato is one of our favorite finds. The Mansfield Tree tomato is a beefsteak type tomato with red to crimson pink fruit. The tomatoes weigh about 150 to 200 grams or 7 ounces and have a very good mild sweetness. This is a tall, healthy plant that is about 7 feet in height and has very good production. But wait, there's more, lots more. This is a very long-lost tomato with an amazing story. All of this information is on the listing at commonsenseseeds.ca that you can read about it yourself, but I shall read it to you. Amazing story behind the tomato. We can confidently say that the Mansfield Tree tomato dates back to the 1870s. Over the years, this tomato has had a few names depending on the seed vendor, but there have been enough clues along the way to follow the name trail. Its real or original name is Mansfield Tree tomato. This is the name given to it by William Mansfield, the gardener who spent 20 years developing this tomato from the 1870s to the late 1880s. It has also been called Mansfield Giant Tree, Mansfield's Mammoth Tree, Mansfield Climbing, Mammoth Prize, and Giant Climbing. We also think it is the original Giant Tree tomato. Wait, there's more! We have been in touch with members of William's family. William's great-great-great-great-grandson and his great-great-great-granddaughter. They were so happy to find the tomato in our collection, his family thought it had been lost to history. William's family has also shared some family history. William's great-great-great-great-grandson Bryce said his grandfather used to tell him about William's giant tree tomatoes. How cool is that? So even though they thought the seeds were lost, the family kept the stories of William's tomato alive. We have included a few more details the family shared with us in the story below. What follows is a condensed version of the Mansfield Tree tomato's story. The tomato first entered the seed trade in the late 1880s. One of the earliest and best descriptions of it was published in the Mills Seed Company catalog of 1890. Is that? In their catalog, the seed company included an engraving of Mr. Mansfield and his tomatoes with a charming sign above the tomatoes that read, "There are no chickens up here." That is the black and white. I don't know. I love Tanya and Common Sense Seeds because, boy, as much as I love to do tomato research, they do too, and they find the greatest stuff. So this is the engraving in the black and white here of what was included. And if you look closely, so you've got a man, that's William Mansfield, with his tomatoes. Apparently he was, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but he was like over 6 feet tall. Oh yeah, it's right here. He was 6 feet 6 inches tall, which puts into perspective how tall his tomatoes were in the catalog engraving. The engraving here was not just a drawing, it was based on a photo. And so over the plants it says there are no chickens up here. It says Mansfield Tree tomato engraved from a photograph taken August 12th, 1889, showing Mr. Mansfield, the originator, standing by the trees. How cool is that? How cool is that? The family also shared with us that William was born in 1825 in Groton, Middlesex, Massachusetts. He lived to be 89 and died in 1914. He was about 65 years old when the Mansfield Tree tomato entered the seed trade, and the engraving of him was made. Back to 1890, here is the Mills Seed Company's account of the Mansfield Tree tomato. It says, last spring I heard of a new tomato in Wisconsin which was claimed to be a tree tomato, and which would grow 10 feet high and produce larger tomatoes than any other variety in cultivation. I at once made an investigation, and the originator made claims which I could hardly believe, but I knew if they would produce tomatoes, as he said, they certainly were the greatest tomatoes in cultivation. I was determined to give them a trial on my grounds, and at quite an expense, I procured a supply of the plants direct from Mr. Mansfield, the originator. They arrived late May with tops somewhat broken, but I set them all out just to see what they would do. The season was the worst one for tomatoes I ever saw, but in spite of that, the tree tomato grew very fast, and by September 1st, it was the grandest and most wonderful sight at my seed grounds. Such vines I never saw before. And as to tomatoes, there was no end, which were smooth, of handsome color, and of immense size. There are several other tomatoes that have been called tree tomatoes, but all have proved to be poor, worthless, and sour tomatoes. But the Mansfield tree tomato has proved to be all as claimed for it, and sends back to me from sample seeds sent out most wonderful accounts from Dakota to Vermont and from the lakes to California and Florida. And then there's another account which I won't read, but it's all really super interesting. And there's even more to the story. It says if you want to keep reading, check out our seed story on the Mansfield tree tomato here. So there's a button you can click and hear even more. How cool is this? How cool is this? Anybody grown this before? That is so neat, says Rach. I agree. Jen's growing it. Anybody else growing it this year? Christina Joe, it's nice to watch your live when it's gloomy outside Northeast Texas. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully I can brighten up your day with some tomato talk today. Thanks for watching. I want to frame those pictures so pretty. I agree. Aren't they cool? Yes, I've got Mansfield tree tomato seeds on the way to me. Very excited about it. Jen, you're going to have to keep us posted as to how it works out for you. I love the photo on the left of the catalog there. If you look at the fine print, it says Mansfield Mammoth Tree Tomato. And they do show it as like a tree. So I'm curious to see how tall that's going to get. But I couldn't wait to share that story with you guys. Tanya herself, the owner of Common Sense Seeds, when I spoke to her about it, she was like giddy with excitement, and I totally get it. That's how I get with something like Dieter's Legacy. I get giddy like, oh my gosh, this great tomato. We can pass on seeds and share the stories, and it'll be great. Very cool story. Thanks for sharing with us. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, next tomato. I've got to keep things moving a little today. Got shrimp burritos for Rory to smell. This is one of the ones I was supposed to talk about last week and got pressed for time. Sangre. Sangre from Spain. You don't see a lot of bicolors from Spain, do you? Sangre. Tomato Faifu from Belgium says a variety originating from Spain, highlighted by an association of peasant seeds, Cooperative La Verde, region of Cadiz. Fruit from 200 to 500 grams, beefsteak type, slightly flattened and more or less ribbed at the top. Look at the interior. Photo from left is from Tomato Faifu. Photo from the right is from Cultive Taru. Beautiful, beautiful tomato. If you've grown it, please let us know. Let's see. Excellent mild and sweet flavor, typical of bicolors. Did I say the size already? 200 to 500 grams. Yeah, I think I said that already. Juicy and fleshy flesh, yellow veined with red like a blood network. Hence its name sangre, which translates from Spanish, means blood. Excellent production from mid-season, but better in the second half of the season. Regular leaf foliage, indeterminate growth. Anybody grown sangre? Sangre, sangre. No great story behind it, But you just don't see varieties from Spain that have this kind of coloring very often. That's a pretty one, says Susan. Wow, Sangre. I've got a couple really pretty ones to talk about today. I've got to get a move on. Oh, that's pretty. Peter grew Sangre 2 years ago. What did you think, Peter? Let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, next one. Silver Fox from Joe Raris of the United States. Don't know a whole lot about it. 3-ounce yellow tomatoes, crazy productive according to Joe, and has a long shelf life. This is the only photo I have of it. The leaves are not, he says, the leaves are not truly variegated, but they do have these silver streaks running through the leaves. Very pretty and very tasty. Seeds are available for sale, he says. Now, Gigi is growing it, and she's getting woolly foliage. So I've written to Joe. I didn't hear back today. He's not on Facebook all the time to find out what the scoop is, because that's not something you generally come by with accident. So I hesitated. I wasn't going to share it on the show, and then I'm like, I'll still share it, and then we'll see if Joe weighs in. I can certainly do a follow-up next week. All right, back to Sangre. Peter says, it didn't blow my socks off. I think I had Sangre at a 6 out of 10, a bit bland and low yielding. It didn't make the cut the following year. Okay, good to know. Good to know. These reviews we all take with a grain of salt, because obviously taste is very subjective. Everybody's got different climates, everybody's got different tastes, but it does help to know if somebody grew it, what they think, and perhaps there's somebody out there you think you may have the same palate. That's always really helpful. But definitely we need to keep things in mind, like environment and all of that stuff. I don't personally love orange tomatoes at all, but a lot of people love them. So, I like the 1-2 punch of flavor. I like, intense, like slap yo mama, really intense. And generally, orange tomatoes just don't do it for me. Oh, interesting, Deb. I'm growing Silver Fox. I got 2 fuzzy seedlings too. Interesting. I will let you know what Joe says. Very interesting. I don't know if Malachite Jen is here. I feel like she's grown it before. I meant to reach out to her also. I know I have seeds for her from Ginger Fox. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh. It says dwarf Silver Fox, but this isn't a dwarf. We shall investigate, my friends. All right, next one. Did I talk about this one last week? I don't think I did. I was supposed to. I don't think I did. But if I did, we're going to hear about it again. It's called Orinberg Giant. Oh, no, I did talk about this, right? Probably not huge by American beefsteak standards, but for a Siberia adapted tomato, it's pretty impressive. Yes, we did talk about this. Moving right along. I think I even included it in our prizes last week. Seeds can be found at Thresh Seeds. Let me see if I have a link I can share for those of you that may have missed the show last week. Nope, I didn't put a link, but Thresh, Thresh, Russian variety, produces large, almost round, pinkish red fruits up to 1 kilogram in weight. Their pink flesh contains few seeds and has a sweet flavor that is much appreciated. How's that for a summary? All right. Next one. Oaxacan Jewel, I believe is the right pronunciation, from Mexico. Aren't these gorge? Oh yeah, look at the colors on these. This you can get seeds for at Common Sense Seeds as well. The colors of Oaxacan Jewel will remind you of a beautiful sunset. Comes from the home gardens of Zapotec farmers or indigenous farmers living on the Sierra Madre del Sur, a mountain ridge in Oaxaca, Mexico. Although it looks like a modern cultivar, this is an ancient tomato. You can see pictures of other ancient tomatoes from Mexico with yellow skin and red flesh in the USDA collection that were acquired in the 1920s and 1930s during seed collecting expeditions. It was introduced to the seed trade in the early 2000s by the J.L. Hudson Seed Bank in California. They have good sweet taste with a balance of tang, and if anybody's grown it, let us know. Oh, Susan grew it. What did you think, Susan? Tell us. They sure are pretty. Fruit size is variable, which is often very common in landrace tomatoes. Some fruits are more rounded, others more scalloped, ranging in size from 60 to 190 grams or 2 to 6 ounces. Potato leaf plants, but there may be variability in the leaf type, as other growers report both potato leaf and regular leaf types. And then Common Sense Seed says we only have potato leaf. 4 to 5 foot plants need a stake, but that is about it. This is a hardy, low-maintenance tomato. Irene's growing them right now, but plant has so many fruits, but not ripe yet. You'll have to keep us posted. Amanda, super productive, very mild though, Lauren. Not slap you, mama flavorful. Okay, good to know. I appreciate that feedback. It's pronounced Oaxaca, just like the same famous cheese from that region. Oaxaca. So no O in the beginning. I was saying Oaxaca. So it's just Oaxaca. Okay. Oaxaca. Thank you. First time here. Hey there. Lyndon Badarashira 3004. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato in the comments. I'm doing a drawing for some seed prizes at the end of the show. You only need to do it once. Hashtag tomato. Happy to have you. Sathya says Tomato Fest has it on sale and it's in stock. Jennifer Barnes has grown it twice now. So beautiful, mostly interchangeable with Virginia Sweets, in my opinion. Interesting. Missy grew it. Don't let them get overripe. Jess is done with work. She switched over to up-potting and had to risk a dirty keyboard to share that I already love those grow bags you shared. Perfect for continuing to add soil, plus air pruning, drainage, and compostable. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so happy to hear that. For those of you, let me see if I can pull up a slide for those of you that may not know what she's talking about. Here it is. Most of you probably know, but if you've never watched me before, you wouldn't. So I start my seeds in pots like this or this. Seeds halfway down, add soil up the stem. You're getting a great root system here. And what happens? They get big. And I still have many weeks to go. These are going to be outgrowing this. So what to do after that? What you do is, or what I do, I should say, there's these great seedling grow bags. I've used them for years, but this particular size I've only seen out for the past, this will be my third year with them, I think. 7.8 wide by 13.7 high. And the great thing is you can continue to add soil up the stem and these things will get massive. But instead of your plant getting super stressed and outgrowing this, they're going to become all yellow and stressed and really give them a setback. You can continue giving them great health by using these seedling grow bags. They say they are biodegradable in soil. I rip them right off. They rip super easily, but they are one of my not so secrets to having great root systems for my tomatoes being able. And so when I take something like this, I'll put it in the bottom of that grow bag and roll the sides down. And as it continues to grow, I'll unroll the sides, add more soil. I'm glad you really like them, Jess. That makes me feel good. I used to use these, they were like almost 10 by 10 wide and tall. And I kept thinking like, I really don't need wide. I just want tall. And then the size came out and I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. So I'm glad you like them too. All right, where are we? There we are. All right. Peter's came out as regular leaf instead of being potato leaf, but the tomatoes look true to form. Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of that this year. Do you have a link for the grow bags? I can get you one in just a minute. The link is going to take you to a vendor. They're going to have a ton of sizes available. You want the 7.8 by 13.7. Well, that's my suggestion anyway. All right, I'm going to put it in the comments right now. It is an Amazon affiliate link, just so you know. All right, just put it in the comments. So 7.8 wide, 13.7 tall. How stressed do they get from potting the solo cups to the bags? They don't at all. At all. They're always super healthy. Yeah, I mean, I don't do it when it's cold outside or anything like that, but no, and I use Ocean Forest, Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil. They love it. They are happy campers. All right, next one. Grace Lmen's Pink, also known as Lmen's Pink. I think Tomato Fest just has it as Lmen's Pink without the Grace in front of it, but most of the sites I see it on say Grace Lmen's Pink. Tatiana's Tomato Base says it's a family heirloom from Grace Lmen in Fairview, Missouri. First offered in the Seed Savers 1991 yearbook by Alice Murdoch of Richland, Missouri, who said that it tastes like tomatoes used to taste when I was a child. Isn't that what we all want? Tomatoes that taste like they did when we were kids, or like our grandparents used to grow or whatever, right? Tomato Fest says it is one of their favorites. One of the most popular tasting tomatoes at the Heirloom Garden Show. Our Tomato Fest organic tomato seeds produce indeterminate, big, regular leaf plants that yield tremendous amounts of 10 to 12 ounce, blemish-free, smooth, meaty, and juicy pink tomatoes, pinkina pink, that are richly sweet with a clean, slightly acidic finish in the mouth. This tomato bears heavily until frost. Great tomato for slicing fresh or canning whole. Highly recommended as a fresh market tomato because of the visual appeal and flavor. A good tomato for cooler growing conditions. Vertiloom says excellent old tomato taste, indeterminate regular leaf. And then I found an interesting listing from Utopian Seed Project. And they did a focus on a particular grower named Matt Wallace from Rabbit Den Farm in Marshall, North Carolina. It said this was Matt Wallace's first year growing, and that's where the photo on the left came from, by the way. This was his first year growing Grace Lmen tomatoes, and he was pleasantly surprised by how productive and tasty they were. They produce beautiful clusters of medium-sized slicers with a lovely light red to pink tone, and are a meaty tomato that can be enjoyed in fresh salsas and salads as well as for canning sauce. And he said, every time I brought my mom vegetables this summer, she specifically requested Grace Lmen's over any other variety. I was so impressed with their productivity that I plan to switch to this as my main home garden crop next year. These tomatoes are mom approved. Grace Lmen's Pink, has anybody grown this? And if so, what did you think? Shannon says, almost bought some of them grow bags on Temu, but I couldn't find any info on them. Thank you. I will try them next season. I want to say the link I provided it's not a particular brand that I love. There may be other brands that have that size. I don't know. I've just always ordered that one. But for those of you, and I will tell you, for those of you that have never used these seedling grow bags before, as Jess had said, the air pruning, the root growth, everything, there's so many good aspects of it. The roots will grow through it. Don't panic. It's only a little bit. When you rip the bag off, you might lose a couple of the end ones, but your root system by then is so large, it's not a big deal at all. Don't panic. They will grow out and they will grow like weeds, let me tell you. And the great thing about it too, let me just go back to the photo again. This was from a couple years ago, this photo. 7 weeks old, look how they look. So they're sheer, as you can see. You can water right through the bags. Doesn't work great when you're still inside, but hopefully by the time you're getting to these, you can at least bring them outside during the day. Take your sprayer, and you can just spray right through the bag. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Can you tell I love these things? Between that and Fox Farm, there's certain things that I swear by when it comes to tomato season. All right, where were we? Grace Lmen's pink. Nobody's grown this? All right, moving on. So this one, I don't even know how to preface it. This one I've wanted since the end of 2024 when I first found out about it through an Instagram post, and it has eluded me. Some of you saw one of our, if you're in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, and by the way, if you're not a member, please join us. We are waiting for you. Tomato Heads Unite. I promise you, we are 100% drama-free, and we have a lot of fun. If you're a new grower, don't be intimidated. We appeal to new growers and seasoned growers alike. It's just a fun place and escape, kind of like this show is. We are waiting for you. But somebody in the group posted that they got their hands on the Shrek tomato and posted a photo, and it's. I know I'm not alone in that. Some of us have been looking for that for a while, but there's one I wanted even more. It's sister tomato. Fiona! And guess what I just got a week or so ago? Fiona! My good friend from Germany sent me seeds, and I have germination, I have liftoff on this gorgeous tomato bred by Olga Dektareva, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, of Russia. I don't have Shrek, but honestly, I wanted Fiona even more because it looked fantastic. Take a look at this tomato. Don't know much about it, but let me tell you what I do know. Mid-season, indeterminate variety with large amber ochre fruits, pink stripes, and a delicious sweet taste. Amber with ochre pink stripes, we already said that. 300 to 400 grams. Marble, juicy, thick, creamy. Sweet, rich, and balanced. How can this not be good? Let me expand. Look at that. With a little angry Fiona over there in the corner. Kina invented a new term when I got them in. Of course, I had to tell Jen and Kina right away. And I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting them. They came to me. She included some other varieties. In fact, our next one I'm going to talk about was from my friend also. I had no idea it was coming. Otherwise, I would have been waiting at the mailbox for a couple weeks. I had no idea. I'm not sure if I've had a tomato hit the soil as quickly as these hit the soil. And Kina came up with a term. I think it's, Kina, if you're still here, was it insta-soiling? Something like that? That's the name of the term when, like, you haven't even sat down. It just goes, you get it from the mailbox, you look, you freak out, and it goes directly into soil. I think she said it's insta-soiling. Kina, correct me if I'm wrong. Jen, you would know too. And I like it. This was insta-soiling. Jumping up and down for you. Yay for Fiona. Hopefully you get one too, my friend. Waiting for more germination. I know. Look at that interior. Oh my goodness, Fiona's beautiful. Those plants are huge for 7 weeks. I'm telling you, they love Fox Farm Ocean Forest. They love the stem being buried. I believe firmly that while burying plants deep when you're planting outside is great, if you can bury them deep on their seedling stage, it's way better than burying them deep outside. You're setting them up for success. It's like a 1-2 punch, and these root systems are fantastic. I know some of you have received my seedlings before and you know what they look like. Deb, I know. Oh, hello, Fiona. There's one seed on its way to Kina. Irene says, I'm hoping that by next year we will have Shrek and Fiona in circulation in the United States. I think we will. I think we will. Between Fiona now and we have at least one member growing Shrek in the group. It'll be there. Looks so good. I need this one for sure. Looks crazy amazing. I know. I know. For sure. And the site that sells it has been down for a couple days, so I don't know what's going on there, but it is Olga's, the breeder. It's her site. But I saw this in an Instagram post. I saw Shrek first, and then if you scroll, it's in one singular post. Then I saw Fiona. I sent it to Keena and Jen right away, and I'm like, what the heck? We need these for sure. That looks incredibly tasty. Fiona's far from an ogre. I know. That looks incredibly tasty, says Haley. You should own a tomato greenhouse. The public would have the best garden ever. We are your public, though, aren't we? We are. So part of the fun is I get these seeds, but part of the fun is sharing them with you guys at the end of the season for sure. I'm not the type of person that's like, nah, 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 nah. In fact, I told Akelia, she's like, I assume you're going to talk about this next Thursday. And I'm like, you would think so, but I don't love saying, I've got these seeds and you don't. I don't like that. I don't like appearing like that. But I did want to talk about it, and I hope it more comes off as, look what we're going to have next season, what you guys will have, because I do tend to share a lot, as many as I can. So let's see what it looks like. And donkey. Yes, we need a donkey. Puss in Boots. Yep. This is tomato love at its best. I agree. And that's why, even though it's been a hard week for me, I knew this show is exactly what I needed today. And my little baby sitting over there. All right. So let's do some trivia, shall we? I forget the hint to the question I gave before. But it had something to do with potato leaf. Let me show you. For those of you that may not know, I don't want to assume that everybody knows. There are two main types of tomato leaves. There's many types of tomato leaves, but there are two main types. You've got your regular leaf, which are kind of serrated like this. This is the majority of what you grow. I shouldn't assume, but a lot of what you grow will be just your regular leaf. Oh, we're looking a little crusty here. What is this? Oh, this is that Russian tomato. I have one plant of that. So this is regular leaf. The other leaf type is called potato leaf because they resemble leaves of a potato plant. So you can see the difference here. One is serrated, one is not. And there are arguable benefits to potato leaf. You'll get more dense foliage, which can protect fruits from sun scald. There are some that say it helps keep the ground moist because it protects from the sun. Some say it's better against disease. Some say they're better tasting tomatoes. That's obviously very subjective, but those are the two main types. So let's get to our trivia question. Is this it? All right, where is it? Which of the following varieties are not generally potato leaf? Brandywine, Berkeley pink tie-dye, Captain Lucky, Green Giant, Sufferwell, and Stupichka. Which of the following varieties are not generally potato leaf? To put in your answer, you need to hashtag answer and then the letter that you want that is your guessed. A is Brandywine, B is Berkeley pink tie-dye, C is Captain Lucky, D Green Giant, E Sufferwell, and F Stupichka. So just a reminder, you need to put in hashtag answer and then the letter. I mean, you can put in whatever you want, just if you want it to be registering. Not generally potato leaf. We'll give it a minute or so. Brandywine, Berkeley pink tie-dye, Captain Lucky, Green Giant, Sufferwell, or Stupichka. Seeing a lot of correct answers here. So again, this is not generally potato leaf. And it's hashtag answer and then the letter, which is stupid. I wish it could just be hashtag and the letter, but it's hashtag answer and then the letter. All right. Everybody get it in? Which one is not generally potato leaf? Let's see. Oh, shoot. We need to, all right, there's the results. The correct was, well, that backfired. All right, let's try this again. Reveal. Okay, Berkeley pink tie-dye is the correct answer. Brandywine, Captain Lucky, Green Giant, Suffer Well, and Stupichka are generally potato leaf. There's always exceptions. But Berkeley pink tie-dye is a regular leaf and a fantastic tomato. So, Mayor from Afar, you were the fastest. Neray, Peter, Robin Moulton, Kelly Natchbull, Sandy, Rach, Tara Dove, Owen Wolf, Jennifer Barnes, Tony Harris. I know there are more correct answers, but why is it not showing them all? I wonder if I do this. Oops. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. There's more. I don't want to leave anybody out. Why can't I scroll for them? What if I do this? No, maybe that was it. All right. We're still working out the trivia question thing, gang. But congratulations, Mayor from Afar being the fastest with the correct answer. You don't win anything. You just get bragging rights for the week. Berkeley pink tie-dye is not generally potato leaf. I've never heard of anybody getting potato leaf from that. Brandywine, Captain Lucky, Suffer Well, Green Giant, Stupichka are all potato leaf. All right. That was a 7th inning stretch, right? I've got half an hour to talk about the rest of our tomatoes. You guys ready? Let's do this thing. Wait, how did you pronounce Stupichka? I've been saying Stupice. No, it's Stupichka. As far as I know, Stupichka. I shall confirm in here. I think it's got the correct. Stupichka, yes. There's Stupichka. Stupichka. It looks like Stupice or Stupice. So that would be correct. But Stupichka, it's from Czechoslovakia. All right. Oh, thanks, Terry. Yes, if everybody can hit the like button. Oh, and if you're watching from Instagram, I should have said this earlier. If you're watching from Instagram, hello. I can't see your comments because this platform doesn't allow it. And also, you won't be eligible for prizes because it won't pick up your hashtag tomato. So bebop over to my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and you can be part of the conversation and you can win some prizes. Would love to see you. Sandy, hi Sandy. Growing Stupichka for the first time, would never have pronounced it like that. I know. I didn't find that out that long ago. I mean, I think I featured it on a show. I think I heard it a long time ago from Craig LaHoulier when he was on one of my shows with Jen. And I'm like, what the heck tomato is he talking about? But then I forget and I go back. But yes, it is Stupichka. Czechoslovakia. All right. Hello, Fiona. Looking forward to you. Don't know much about this breeder either. She's worked on other things. What's the other one she's worked on? I know Shrek has emerald pear in it, I believe. Fiona May as well. And she worked on, oh, I just heard this today. She's working on a different one with somebody else. She's worked with other people on things, but I believe she did this one herself. All right. Victor, 1918. This one is from France. Cultive Tarou, or Cultivate Your Street, says, the seeds of this family cultivar were given to Bruno Fournier by Mrs. Balmain, the granddaughter of a World War I soldier who had brought back the original seeds from the trenches. Victor's daughter then cultivated this variety until she was 91 years old. The fruits weigh 250 to 400 grams and vary in shape. It has firm flesh and aroma reminiscent of heirloom tomatoes and excellent flavor. The plant is productive. It's similar to Marglobe. Tomato Faifu says regularly foliage, indeterminate growth, dense and fleshy beef flesh with a good flavor of old tomato. Has anybody grown Victor 1918? I had never heard of that about it until my friend sent me these and a bunch of other French varieties along with Fiona. Thank you, friend, if you're watching. No? All right, well, it looks delicious. These photos, which are from Cultivate Your Street, make it look absolutely delectable. Okay, now we have one from our friend Alexi Kulik. Rosme, I'm sure is the incorrect pronunciation, but Rosme, or it's also shared, I believe Tomato Eden has it as Rozmaj, which is also correct. It's got a couple of, oh shoot, oh rats. What the heck? Hang on, my notes on this variety aren't here. I mean, I didn't have a lot on it. Hang on one sec, gang. I can't do that. I don't know how that happened. Let me see if I wrote it down here. What you doing, baby girl? She got up and moved. I love you so much. I went to all this trouble. Where is it? All right. Well, it's not a whole lot, but come on. Come on, Rosme. Come here, baby girl. There we go. Okay. The name translates to, where'd it go? Rory the Wonder Cat she's standing up and licking. I've got a padded envelope with a t-shirt ready to go out to somebody, and she's, what are you doing, silly? See, now she's being all active, and this is the stuff that tortures us. For those of you who may not tuning in late, we have to put down our cat tomorrow, who's like the love of my life. And she's being all active now. She tends to get a little active this time of the day, which is just torture. I know it's the right thing. Okay, let's get back to things. It's a poetic term meaning profusion, richness, or abundance. Rosme. Bred by Ukrainian breeder Alexei Kulik. Plants are 1.6 meters high, mid-season. Fruits of magnificent appearance and taste. She's really licking this bubble envelope. You silly baby. Plants are very powerful, densely covered by tomatoes, height 1.8 meters. Yield is very high. The fruits have a wonderful taste. Very meaty, dense, no cracks, stains, no disease and rot. Great taste, sweet. Very meaty. Sorry, this is like translated to English. It's losing a little bit. Looks like it's got good storage quality. Fruits weighing up to 90 grams. Yeah, anybody grown this one? I know Tomato Eden carries it. I told Achille if I had another kid, I'd name them Rosme. I like it. I just saw your shirt. You are. Yes, Tomato Temptress Extraordinaire. That is me. Nicole says, I have seeds but never grew it. I assume you mean for Rosme, yes? It must be that. Have to go to book club. Got some great ideas today. Thanks. You're welcome, Sandy. Thank you for watching. Anybody grown Rosme or growing it this year? Looks delectable. These are Alexi's photos from his catalog. Thank you, Achillia, for getting me these photos and getting me information on this one. All right, next we have Yucatan Surprise. These are sold by Garden Horde, which is a vendor I did an unboxing for maybe last year or the year before. It's one of the owners in the center. There's a cutie patootie. Yucatan Surprise brought back this tomato from Mexico. We found it at a Yucatan farmer's market in Mexico in 2020 and saved the seeds. These perfect pink ruffled saladette tomatoes are full of juicy, delicious flavor that will not disappoint. It's an indeterminate. Plants grow to be about 4 to 6 feet. They say it's one of the most productive they've grown. Anybody grown Yucatan Surprise? Cheryl, you're growing this one right now? Or Rosme? Super cute. Super cute Yucatan Surprise. They look tiny, like tiny little things. Little like the size of Coatli Salubong Ongway. All right, we're getting radio silence here. Oh, Cheryl, oops, Cheryl's growing Ongway. Rosme, I'm sorry, not Ongway. Olivia, Lauren, please offer as a prize 10 varieties, 10 seeds for my inventory. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Let me add that. 10 varieties, 10 seeds for my variety. Thank you very much. Let me just add that so I don't forget, because I do forget. I'll just add it up here. Thank you, Olivia. Very generous. All right. Next, what do we have next? Anybody grown Yucatan Surprise? No, no, no? All right. Next one. I just got seeds from my friend Susan for this. Thank you, Susan. I didn't know I wanted it until she sent me seeds, and now I've got them in soil. I haven't had good luck with germination, though. Striped bull from Germany. Look at these photos. Ooh, my belly's grumbling. Beautiful, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. What do we know about it? Striped, very tasty beefsteak tomato weighing up to 800 grams. Striped bull tomato, indeterminate, tall, 1.8 to 2 meters, mid-season variety. Best trained in 2 stems. Fruits are large, weighing up to 700 grams. Have a beefsteak shape. Red and green striped fruits have a spicy aroma, excellent flavor, and a magnificent appearance. This giant zebra tomato is easy to grow and produces a good harvest. Couldn't find much else other than that. Anybody grown striped bull? I think it might be newish, but I'm not positive on that. No, they haven't germinated. I know. I'm sad too. I think I still have seeds left. I'll have to check. But I just looked before the show. I'm like, surely they haven't. I haven't had good luck with it. Love the interior. Me too. Me too. I got them from someone in Ireland. Well, thank you. I appreciate you thinking of me. You're such a sweetheart. Wow. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. The thing is a monster, says Samantha. Those look beautiful. It's so pretty, says Jenny. All right. Moving right along. We're doing pretty well. Yeah, I should be able to get through these. Get done by 6 o'clock to go to Baja Burrito to pick up our dinner. Fiji improved or true beefsteak. This one I got seeds for from Roughwood or Seedways from Dr. William Woys Weaver, who is a food historian. I'm also growing his Roughwood Green Oxheart this year, which I'm excited about. He says, I mean, when I say he's a food historian, like he's a food historian, and his father was, and I believe grandfather also. He says, this tomato came into my grandfather's collection from his friend, Dr. Harold E. Martin, the creator of the Dr. Martin's lima bean. And this was in 1888 to 1959, he was alive, so this was a long time ago. Dr. Martin used it as a breeding parent to create the true black brandywine tomato, which I discussed several years ago in The Heirloom Gardener. That's a book that William Woys Weaver wrote. Fiji Improved or True Beefsteak appeared as a new cross or selection about 1883 in the seed catalogs of David Landreth and Robert Buist of Philadelphia. Ideal for slicing the fat oblate fruit, about 4 to 5 inches in diameter, features maroon or brownish purple flesh with a red bloody center as shown in the picture. It received the name beefsteak because it resembled raw aged beef. It does, doesn't it? Treat as a late season tomato. Due to the heavy fruit, plants should be staked or caged. So that's the Fiji Improved or True Beefsteak. If you've never had an opportunity to read the work of Dr. William Woys Weaver, and he's got other tomatoes also, and other crops, not just tomatoes too, check him out. He's a fascinating guy. And it really, like, if you're a gardening geek, you will want to check out his book for sure. It does look like true aged beefsteak. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tana. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you for your donation. Big hugs for Rory. Rorzy, that's for you, baby. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can you please tell the name of the book you looked up, the pronunciation? Can you please tell the name of the book you looked up, the pronunciation? Oh, I gotcha. It's by Dr. Carolyn Mail. It's out of print, but you should be able to find used copies. 100 Heirloom Tomatoes for the American Garden by Carolyn J. Mail. She passed away, I think, in 2019, but was very knowledgeable. She's going upstairs. Bye, baby. Not easily. Hang on, gang. She wants to go upstairs. I need to carry her. I'll be right back. I got you, baby. Be right back. Come here, baby. Come here, sweetheart. I'll carry you. I got you, baby. You okay? It's okay, sweetheart. Sorry, gang. Cat comes first. Yeah, it's a great book. She was an expert. She was a staple in the now defunct Tomatoville group, and she's very knowledgeable about tomatoes. This is a really great book, along with Craig LaHoulier's Epic Tomatoes. This would be probably my second choice for tomato knowledge, although I've got a whole bookshelf here of some great tomato books, but this is a great one for sure. Doesn't have everything in it. Of course, it's only 100, but it's got some good stuff in it. Hi, Gigi. Nice to see you. Mine did germinate. Did yours not, Jen? I have two. I can give you the other one if you'd like. James is growing striped bull this year. Germinated fine. Didn't realize it was so large. I didn't either when I first started looking into it. And then I'm like, ooh, this is a big one. Rare Seeds has Fiji Improved. I assume you mean Baker Creek? Rareseeds.com? Sounds like something they would have. Oh, you spoke to Joe. Okay, this is what Joe Rares told me about Silver Fox. It is a potato leaf variety with fuzzy leaves and sometimes some very pretty silver streaks in the leaves. I would toss the non-fuzzy plants out. Did you tell me that, Gigi? Or did he just tell you that today? I feel like now that's ringing a bell, but now I forget. I asked him about it because I got both fuzzy and non-fuzzy seedling. Good to know. Thank you. That's helpful. I lost my sweet little baby on Halloween. I'm bawling my eyes out. Ugh. I don't know how I'm holding it together. One of the doctors in Green Doctors. Who, Carolyn Mayle or William Boyce Weaver? Mine did not, sadly. If you do have one to give away, I'd love it. You're so good to me. That's part of the fun of it, isn't it? And that's one, like, yeah, I've got 2 beautiful seedlings. I only need one. I would love to give it to you, my friend. It looks excellent. Let me find it so you guys can see what we're talking about. Unfortunately, they are out of stock on it. I did share it in my grow list video for those of you that watched those. This is it, Roughwood Green Oxheart. Hang on, let me do this. I'm not sure how this has escaped my life until now, but looks fantastic, doesn't it? So yeah, no problems, Jen. I've got you covered, my buddy. Okay, next we have another one from Common Sense Seeds called Purple Prince. They say Purple Prince is an excellent tasting tomato. And hang on for those of you that grew another Purple Prince, because I think it sounds like there's 2. It is sweet and juicy with chocolate brown fruits ranging in size from 60 to 80 grams or 3 to 4 ounces. It's also hardy and easy to grow. Intriguingly, Purple Prince's genetics suggest it is closely related to the famous black cherry tomato and another famous and mysterious tomato, Purple Calabash. This puts it in good company. All 3 tomatoes share a specific GF gene, meaning green flesh. That suggests common ancestry of the 26 varieties of brown, black, and purple tomatoes included in the study. The authors of the study write, the green flesh gene of this tomato possesses a stay green phenotype, resulting in fruits that ripen to a red-brown color due to the retention of chlorophyll and the simultaneous accumulation of lycopene. In other words, the GF gene causes tomatoes to retain both their green chlorophyll and red lycopene, which causes the tomatoes to turn brown, black, purple rather than red. The green flesh gene is responsible for the brown, black, purple coloration of other famous varieties of tomatoes, such as Cherokee Purple, Black Krim, and Black Zebra. Note, there is another tomato out there called Black Prince, which is a different tomato than Purple Prince. We know they are different varieties based on the study cited above. The GF gene found in Black Prince is different than the GF gene found in Purple Prince. The GF gene found in Black Prince is the same as found in the tomato varieties Purple Russian. So, Purple Prince, these look fantastic, don't they? You can just taste it right through the photo there. Achilles says, I'm waiting to see if my Silver Fox are fuzzy. Now I'm wishing I grew it. I'm not growing it. Lauren, how many tomatoes are on your radar varieties? What do you mean on my radar? I've got tomatoes on my radar all the time. I've got tomatoes on the brain. Dr. Carolyn Mayle, the other is Dr. Amy Goldman. I think I knew that, but I forgot. Totally forgot. Okay, next one. Martha Logan. Here's a gorgeous variety from the late Millard Murdoch of the United States. He had a cross. Lucky Cross had in his garden, did an accidental cross with things in his garden and led to some extraordinary tomatoes like Captain Lucky, Black Mamba. There's some other things too. But this is one of them. Potato leaf indeterminate, 8 to 20 ounce yellow beefsteak with pink blush. High yields, excellent flavor. That's from Bill Minky of Seed Savers Exchange. It's the result of a cross between Lucky Cross and an unknown variety. Millard Murdoch stabilized these varieties. He's got a whole bunch of them. First Mate is another one. I grew that years ago. Black Mamba, Black Magic, and I said already Captain Lucky. It is likely named after an 18th century American gardener and botanist from South Carolina named Martha Logan. Don't know that for sure. I was waiting to hear from Teresa Smith. I haven't heard back yet, but seems likely. Large yellow beefsteak type, indeterminate. Fruits reportedly reach around 1 to 1.2 pounds. Late mid-season maturity. Sweet flavor, rich juice, dense flesh, strong aroma. Excellent sandwich tomato qualities. And reportedly productive through late season once fruiting begins. Do you know of or heard? I'm still not sure I know what you mean, Terry. I'm always thinking tomatoes. And the way my show gets populated each week is like, I'll hear of something, like the Dieter's Legacy is a perfect example. Found that as I was looking for something else in my drawer of a mass of probably 1,000 tomatoes, maybe, varieties. I was looking for something, came across it, did my research. I'm like, oh my God, this tomato. It goes on my list for the show. I populate it all week long. Then I'm going to show you the next one. Now that we've talked about Martha Logan, the next one is one that I haven't talked about before, which is the catalyst for all these varieties I just talked about. Captain Lucky Cross, a variety developed by Craig LaHoulier and Larry Bowes from the United States. So these are the things that get on my radar and I put on my list to talk about each week. And then I've got that master list, which I've shared in the group, of all the varieties I've ever talked about on the shows, along with the dates. So I do look to see, like, have I talked about this one before? But tomatoes are always on my brain. Rach says, you are the entire tomato radar screen and tower. Thank you. Yeah, and I forgot how I came across Martha Logan just a couple days ago. I agree, it looks really, really pretty. These are not that easy to find. You can get them from Bill Minky on Seed Savers Exchange. And again, I've said this before, sometimes these American varieties are easier found in like Russia for some reason. There's several sites in Russia that have these. I know Renaissance Farms carries it. I don't recommend them as a vendor. I don't know that you would get the right thing, and he's doing some shifty things last I heard, so I don't recommend him personally. But perhaps people in the group have grown it, and you can ask for it in Seed Seeking Saturday also. Hi Heidi, that's going on my list. I love Millard Murdoch varieties. This cross, the Lucky Cross crosses are fantastic. Captain Lucky is one of my favorite tomatoes, although mine did terribly last season. I think I got one tomato, and that's very uncommon for stuff in my raised beds. All right, let's talk about Lucky Cross. This is our last one, and then I gotta go. Oh, we'll do prizes, and then I gotta go. Indeterminate, another great variety. This is from Victory Seeds, sent to us in 2002 by author and tomato authority Craig LaHoulier. Potato leaf plants grow tall and do require caging or staking. Beautiful bicolored, large. They're 16 to 20 ounces with some ribbing at the shoulders. They are juicy, fruity, and similar in flavor to Little Lucky. Although it shares the same pedigree as Little Lucky, with the help of Craig's local gardening friend Larry Bowes, it has been stabilized and selected for oblate shape and larger size. And then they made it available to members of the Seed Savers Exchange in 2002, and I went to Victory Seeds in 2004. Tomato Fife says it was the result of a cross between Brandywine and an unknown random parent, hence the name Lucky Cross. What else do they say? Anything? Fabulous flavor, complex, rich but sweet, superior to many brandy wines. Good production, better in the second half of the season. Has anybody grown Lucky Cross? I have not, which is kind of shocking, but I have not. Hi, Amber. Do I have videos on my favorite varieties? Not really. I keep saying I'm going to do one. I feel like with my show, I'm just like gushing about them every week, but no, I have to do that. That is a good question, though. I did just make a video of everything I'm growing this year, although that's kind of outdated now because I keep getting new things in, like Fiona. Um, but if you look on my channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, you can find a slideshow of everything I'm growing this year. Haven't done my favorites yet, though. I will have to do that. Christina, hey there. Love Lucky Cross. It was so good. Janet says, growing Lucky Cross, my favorite tomato. Good. Thank you for letting us know about Renaissance Farms. Yeah, he hasn't been the same for years. He used to be a really good, respected vendor, and something happened a couple of years ago. I don't want to get into it, what I know, but I wouldn't. Many people place big orders. They've never seen a dime. People file stuff with PayPal, and they seem to get nothing. I don't know if that's changed or not, but I don't think he even grows anymore, so I wouldn't trust anything he sells. Thankfully, there's lots of other games in town. All right, that is it, gang. Let us do some giveaways, and then I've got to go pick up dinner with my daughter. All right. First one will be from Misty. Misty Carter. Thank you, Misty. And please, if you can contact Misty directly if you are the winner. Here she is. You can private message her. First prize pack for 2 winners. Big Chief, Toad Suck Toad, Cuore del Drago, Sweet Carnaros Pink, Jarson 7 version 1, and Giant Belgium. This is for 2 people. First one. I have to remember, I've got these plants back here that show you I don't want to leave them inside. They got to go back outside. Heather Willens, congratulations, Heather. You can please contact Misty. And next one. Big Chief, Toad Suck Toad, Cuore del Drago, Sweet Carnaros Pink, Jarson 7-1, and Giant Belgium. Sathya, congratulations, Sathya. And Misty's giving away a second prize, again for 2 winners. Elf Tears White, Orion's Belt, Gemma, which is a micro, Dwarf Sneaky Sauce, and Dwarf Black Angus. First one. Boy, am I glad I did this. You guys kept my mind off of things for the most part. Thank you. Peter, congratulations, Peter. You please contact Misty. And second winner. Am I crazy? Did Heather just win? My mind is not working. Somebody please tell me. Did Heather just win, or am I losing my mind? If so, we'll draw another name. All right, let's assume she did win. Okay, thank you, June. Heather, I would go play the lottery. You're lucky today. All right, let's draw another name. Oops. What am I doing? Okay. Thank you, guys. My brain's not capable of handling anything more than 30 seconds in the future today. DP Licta N9X, congratulations. You can contact Misty. Okay, next one is from Olivia. Olivia Lai. Let me make a banner. You guys can, whoever wins this, it's for 1 winner. You get to choose 10 varieties from her. Thank you, Olivia. And, oops, hang on. Let's do this as a ticker. Okay. This one you can contact Olivia. And this goes to, oops, being a spaz today. Nicole Swartz, congratulations, Nicole. Thank you again, Olivia and Misty. And then I'm giving a surprise pack away for 3 people. You can private message me. I won't be around to get it after the show, and tomorrow's going to be a little rough. So if I don't get back to you right away, please understand. But I promise you I will. I'll write your names down, and you can reach me, private message me on Facebook, or you can email me. Where's my email address? Where is it? There it is. Okay, first one. Oh, Teresa Smith did confirm that Martha Logan is named after the 18th century gardener and botanist. Rowena, congratulations, Rowena. Number 2. Tony Harris, congratulations, Tony. Let me just write your name down. And last but not least, Mayor from afar, you are such a big winner all the time, aren't you? Congratulations, congratulations, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being there for me today. If you can keep us in your thoughts as we lay to rest our little Rory girl tomorrow, our precious little angel, I would appreciate it. She means a lot to us, and it's going to be really rough. But this was a great show. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week. I will definitely be back with a garden tour next week on Wednesday, and then I'll have my show on Thursday. Peace, love, get your gratitude on, and go grow your tomatoes, gang. Love you all. Bye. Where's my music? Come on now. No music. Okay, no music. Bye, everybody.